she asked me what he was wearing, and I said everything green, but he wasn't wearing everything green. And then I saw the thing. It was like he had a gray sweater.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
and some ugly shoes.
All right, and some ugly shoes. And some ugly shoes. So,
what's he wearing? I don't know. Some ugly shoes. I know that. I'm Ryan Gresham, and this is Gun Talk Nation. Gun Talk Nation is brought to you by NRA ARC, Safariland, EOTech, Range Ready, and Kimber. Let's kick this off. Welcome into Gun Talk Nation. So today on Gun Talk Nation, two guys that you may actually know already. So let's just welcome them in. We're going to talk about some stuff. Jeremy hitting What the Kicks.
How you doing? I feel underdressed.
But this is your deal. You know, hat, shorts, being comfortable.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Santiago, a.k.a. Tactical
Santi.
With an I?
It's Santiago. Santi is good for my buddies, but Tactical, I don't know. That just came up when I first started.
Yeah.
It sounded cool.
Tactical.
It was a Tactical Santi. Should have been.
All right, so this is going to go off the rails right from the start. All right, I got a story for you. We were just talking about, and this is something that comes up in conversation. People will say the phrase OnlyFans. And I got a story for you.
You don't know what's going.
You're like, where?
You told me outside you had a while.
I have a story for you. Well, first of all, I've never been on the website. I'm aware of the website. I only think I know what goes on the website. However, I ran across, you know how like social media will just feed you something.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, what's that? And a lot of it's just BS. I don't care. You go past it. And I was like, wow, there's this girl and she's hunting and she's talking about conservation and like how it raises money for conservation. And even like we brought back all these species of animals. And I was like, wow, what a good like conservation message. And I could tell she had a little bit of an accent. And I was like, wow. And then I looked at the page and yeah, she's a cute girl, whatever. I'm sorry, everybody. This is off the rails. I told you, just stay with me.
I'm prepared.
You're going to like this. I promise. Everybody's going to go, this is not going to go where you think I'm going to go with this.
Oh, God. Here.
So I'm like, well, and like, cool. And she's doing some pretty interesting hunts. Like, wow, she's in Argentina doing red stag. She's in Africa doing this. I'm like, man, that's also expensive, right? So I mentioned it to KJ because he has his podcast, Gun Talk Hunt. And I was like, there's this girl and I don't really know much about her, but she seems to be doing this thing. He's like, I'll look at it. Maybe we could have her on the show. About 10 minutes later, he goes, hey, Ryan, there's a problem. What's the problem? She's on OnlyFans. I'm like, what? He goes, well, if you dig a little deeper into her bio, there's some other links and like, be sure to follow me these other places. And I'm like, dude, you should have her on. The title of the podcast is, I Do Porn to Pay for Hunting.
Oh, my God.
That'd be sick.
Dude.
But here's my question.
And I'm not going to mention her name. Everybody's like, wait, who is?
No, but I'm gonna Google it as soon as we leave. But is she posting hunting content as well?
Yes, there's hunting content.
On the OnlyFans.
Oh.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know. It's like hunting porn.
Oh, I hope
No.
That's
I mean, dude.
it's too far.
No,
I hope.
No.
I hope not.
No, I hope no. But I'm saying, hey, you can see what I shot in Africa, but you have to subscribe.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, she's. I don't know. We'll move on. But I just wanted to share that story for you because that's
You've got to start vetting.
Yeah.
You've got to start vetting.
We do have to dig in there. So we were, and I thought it's because we were talking about social media and like how everybody's a brand and stuff. And my thing is this, like, you know who I always thought was cool is I don't want to be famous, but I want to be
rich.
I wouldn't mind being rich. That would be cool, right? Sam Walton, the guy who owned Walmart.
Yeah, and his whole family,
He was
his
just a
whole
dude.
family is rich.
And he drives around in like a 1981 pickup truck. Nobody realizes he owns Walmart. I mean, he's dead now. But when back in the day, back in the 90s, he was still alive and doing his thing. He's just an old dude. He's not a famous person. But now, and I'm calling you guys out because you guys both have followings. But you know, it's like, but it's just kind of a funny thing, like the social media
Tom
gun world, right?
You know, dressed like a normal dude.
Yeah, Tom, dude.
Zuckerberg. T-shirt, pants. Adam Sandler, even though he's famous. That's sidetrack. But he doesn't act like he doesn't dress.
He didn't try real hard on his.
Steve Jobs, dude, when he was alive.
Huh?
Steve Jobs.
Correct.
Yeah. So, what do you think as things are going with social media and guns and gun fluencing and all that stuff? Both of you guys are in that world, Jeremy.
I think it's all going down a pay for this. We'll give you a snippet, but here's the rest. And I don't know if that's the right way or not, but I just feel like even on YouTube or, well, Instagram, let's say Instagram, they can follow you, but then you can also solicit, subscribe, and I'll share, more in-depth videos about training, guns, hunting, whatever. And I feel like that's forcing all the influencers to come off more as a brand.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because then they're selling themselves, not just giving, content out for free because they love it. I didn't start an Instagram because I wanted money. I was taking pictures of spaghetti. And, in my first, handgun when I first got it,
right.
Cars when I was building my, cars.
Yeah.
And I know like Santi, the same thing. He's got multiple pages and he separated them. So I know it wasn't about, it can't be about that. We all started off, but now I think they're just spoon feeding it to us.
Santi, what are your different pages?
So
They're different subjects? They're not OnlyFans, right?
no. So I have a couple of pages. I have Gundos LLC, Guns Network, Gun Trends, Guns Pictures, Rifle. I used to have one that was called Gun. It had 1.6 million followers, and then it got suspended by Instagram a few years ago.
Is it all Instagram based?
Those are all Instagrams, and then I have my own Tactical Santi and my personal Santi, which is completely different from what I usually do with their.
He's on
my
there.
other life.
He's on there with half a shirt on.
Yeah, it was like my life.
There's like water sprinkling in and like sweat. Yeah, he's out there living his best life.
So 1.6 million followers on Instagram, and now the page doesn't exist anymore?
Who doesn't know? So I tried getting it back. I had to connect on Instagram back in the day. I reached out a couple times. That person was not there anymore. Couldn't do anything for me. And I was trying to reach out to all their alternatives. And
we talked our very first, few months. And that was something that we were working on together because my page had been struck, a few of our friends, but we tried hard to get that one. And it's like it doesn't exist. It doesn't say disabled. It's just,
it doesn't
vanished.
So one time I went back into Instagram and I just put it on the search bar just to curiosity. And some random dude appeared with that name. He had like 3
It had been gone so long that
somebody
allowed
picked
him
up
to
the
pick
name
that
and
name.
grabbed it. Yeah. So, it really sucked because that page, I used it for good. I did it for advertising as well, but I promoted a bunch of my friends there just to help them out, grow their social medias as well. Yeah. I still do with my pages. I don't make money off of them. I just, help people I care about and also, get free ammo.
Yeah.
Because that's something we only
on free ammo. Yeah.
Yeah.
What did we talk about earlier? I wanted to post at 4:00 and I always call you when I'm going to post and we were outside and forgot.
Missed the window, but I was having fun, but it's,
how does that affect you guys when you think about, you built this thing up and then it's just going, boop, it's gone. Like, what's the thought there? Do you change strategies, keep going?
Well, no, you keep going.
you keep pushing.
Yeah, so I think it depends, right? If it's your personal brand, like for instance, if you were to get your What the Kicks Count kick, booted, that would be devastating because like you basically depend on that one page, right? If I was to get any of my other pages booted, like Gun, for instance, it would kind of be like, it will be bad,
Upsetting.
but it'll be upsetting, but it's not the end of the world. Like I still have other pages. I can make another one and grow it again, but growing your own brand and nowadays on Instagram, for instance, is so hard
In this industry, for sure.
because we're so it's not just because it's tougher, it's because they have our account so suppressed. Like you have to type up the whole entire name of the account in order for you to come.
The shadow ban is
right.
Yeah, it's real. It's real on a lot of different platforms too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to get into that because that's y'all's world. But you want to talk about what we've been doing the last couple days?
Absolutely.
All right.
Super fun.
So you guys are down here for a CCW Safe Media event. And most media events, you guys have both been to them. We go out in the range, we shoot a bunch of guns, we shoot a bunch of ammo. This one, I deliberately, as we talked through it, I said, I don't think we even need to go out in the range because this is all about what happens. It's a media event, as they said in there, for a product that they hope you never use.
Right.
Which is kind of
Correct.
crazy.
And come to find out, this might be the best way to market that kind of product because we all know about them, but it really hit home these last 2 days.
So we put you guys through self-defense scenarios, and people watching this and watch our stuff know first-person defender. We ran 5 scenarios in really a day and a half. What'd you think, man? What'd you guys think?
I felt it was so. I usually do scenarios type of things every once in a while, but nothing like this. These were different types of scenarios. Like they will put you like in your house. Like what would you do if this happened in your house? What would happen if you get a fender bender? What would happen if you're at your friend's house and some random dude that you don't know, it might be one of your buddy's friends, or comes in and you can't just pull your gun and shoot him, right? Like there's so many things that go through your head and to analyze that situation to where am I able to use my gun? Is this is that the right move? How can I de-escalate this situation? Or what can I do in order to, not to rely on deadly force?
You guys both had some moments this week, some really like, wow, that was really cool. Also some kind of, we all had so much fun because we know each other. Yeah. There was some fun, like laughing around stuff too. Santi, first one, I was the bad guy.
Yeah.
And you were very much like, yeah, no problem, bro. I'll bring you inside. Kind of, I would say like feigned compliance, like, yeah, no problem. And of course, you're a good shooter. You practice all the time. You can draw, you can shoot. Because of that, you decided, okay, I'll feign compliance because I'm going to give myself an opportunity to draw and pull on. And it was kind of like, before I knew it, as the bad guy, there was a gun in my face.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
We talked about this on the way home.
All right. Yeah, talk about
There was another thing that, like in that specific scenario, I got too close. And that's something that we always talk about in scenario training. It's like you have to keep your distance, look at the waistline and hands,
I think I put my hand on your shoulder, yeah.
You did. You kind of tapped it in the back and said, go, buddy, and put me. And when you did that, I'm like, what'd I do?
You knew you crossed.
I knew. I was like, okay, well, I could have. I was expecting you like literally draw your gun and put it against my thigh or my ribs. I was literally waiting for something. You didn't do it, so I'm like, okay, I have a chance, right? So I pretended like I was looking for my keys and I drew my gun and turned around and aimed the gun at you.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I caught you off guard. I know you because of experience. You were expecting me to do that.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna draw, but I was, as a bad guy, when we have to do this in scenario training, like I was a bad guy who didn't know you. I didn't know you, Carrie. You're very concealed.
True. So
it's
played
like
true to the character.
Being true to the character. Like, hey, bad guys don't assume. If I assumed you were armed, I wouldn't be trying to muscle you and hold you up.
Right.
Because I'm like just thinking you're just a dude. So like, I was surprised that you didn't shoot me because you spun around and stuck the gun in my face, and I flinched because I go, here it comes. Like,
yeah, you tensed up. It was good.
Yeah. I don't know. I honestly didn't think you deserved to die. Like I felt like, you're
Took back control.
I took back control. Like I said, is my last resource. Like if I can control the situation, if you would have put your hand or go to your waistline, you would have been lit up. But you didn't. You hold your hands. You started walking away, and I held my gun up and pointed at you while you were walking away. So I waited for you to, until we get a safe distance and then the call scenario. So I don't think there was, I could have, legally I can get away with it, but do I really want to do that? Maybe not. I don't want to live with that.
That's a theme for this, right? We had ones where they were the bad guy was a bad guy, and we had ones where that control, that role player, was actually not a bad guy. And boy, we had some mixes of folks, Jeremy, shooting people who maybe weren't a bad guy.
First of all,
Talk about that.
4 out of 6 of us shot the guy that was not supposedly a bad guy.
Yeah.
Let me break it down for y'all, those at home. Chris Sereno was adamant, and other Chris, we'll call, Chris Cunningham. They were like, hey, I want y'all to live in these roles. I want you to put yourself and just really, like you said, stay true to character. So it was hey, you're in your house, sitting on your couch. This is the only room that you're able to maneuver in, and we're gonna call, live. Let's go. So in my head, it's like, all right, I live in a state where I don't have friends or family. I don't have my kids in that state. They travel to me. Yeah, no friends, bro. Those cost
Such a friendly guy, though.
Yeah, but they get you in trouble. And so, we're sitting on the couch, and it just so happened. It's funny because earlier in the day, I asked KJ, "Are you going to be a bad guy today?" And he was like, "Nope, not. I'm just running today." And I'm like, "Okay." Because, obviously I wanted to, light him up if I could. We can do some.
Give him a little love tap.
Get him, a little double tap peeping. But no, sitting on the couch, and all I started hearing was footsteps, and I didn't know, but all I can remember is it was a guy in a hoodie with his hands in his pocket coming into my front room, and all he said was, "Man, it's cold out there." I didn't wait 2.7 seconds before I lit him up. And I felt, and if you ask anybody, you'll probably, when they put it on, you'll see I go over and move his hand out of his pocket, and it ended up being his phone. So again, I shot the supposed good guy, but he was in my house, and I didn't give him a chance to explain why. But I'm sure some of the viewers would think the same. If they're in their house and somebody walks in, are they in it? And I asked you to, so you don't have to come here and go through the mindset and, the double, thinking back and double taking. Did I do the right thing? If somebody walked into your living room, you didn't know, and you knew your doors were locked and nobody else was there, what would be the questions you ask, or what would the situation look like to you?
I'm glad you said that, because part of the point of this is to just help people to start thinking about it.
The mental side is crazy.
Because people listening and watching this will say, "I'll just shoot him. I'm justified. I'll shoot him. I'm like, it's my castle doctrine. I live in a state, right?"
Yeah.
And a lot of people did. It was a difficult situation, but maybe consider other things.
100%.
Like, I'd shoot him. Like, that's like very social media comment, right? Well, just shoot his ass. Yeah. Well, how about just go, who are you? And I really did think you guys both, you hopped up, you drew your gun, pointed it.
That's where I messed up.
Have a gun out.
Well, and that's what I laid in bed. That's what I talked to Chris after the fact. And the mental side, when she was talking through scenarios, I know I'm good. I know I'm good with my weapon and the weapons that we're using. And if you carry the one that's sitting on your nightstand, that is your go-to. I knew, and I beat him to the draw. Mm-hmm. If he did have a gun.
Yeah.
So I could have talked my way out of that situation without really putting my life in danger if I wanted to, but there was no way to take cover in there. And I would have felt more comfortable getting distance.
Yeah, you guys were kind of
10 feet,
sort of trapped in there.
So that's my only knock, that I think maybe I would have, if I could have backed around the couch or, got around a table and created some distance, because we all know, even if he didn't have a gun, if he just wanted to lunge, he can be there. We've proven that. That's why the 1 second draw is so important.
Santi, if you have the gun up, sights are on bad guy, you're touching the trigger, maybe you're into the trigger, how quickly can the bullet hit him? I don't know, about 1,000 feet per second and 10 feet, right? Like it's a movement of...
It's a 0.15, 0.18.
Yeah.
That's what takes me to
jailbreak splits.
Yeah.
Right?
And more if I'm just on, if I'm in my trigger, like if I'm in my trigger guard, usually I just keep my finger off my trigger, right? Mm-hmm. Just because I don't want to risk it. But I'm able to put my finger back in the trigger and fire within a 0.2, 0.18 from outside the trigger.
And I'm not saying that to pick on anybody, but it is kind of if he makes a move and you see a gun coming out,
And you're already
you
there.
have shots. I promise you have shots on target before he can do anything. Now, it's not a guarantee he doesn't return fire.
Yeah, for sure.
So to our defense, this guy just literally just walked into our house.
I'm not picking on you.
Oh, no, I get it. But what I'm saying is, like, he walks into the house with his hand in his pocket. He could have a gun in his pocket. He doesn't need to draw. He can just shoot us from his pocket.
That
is true.
That's fair.
I didn't
You
think
know what
about
I'm
that.
saying? Like,
That's a good one.
Loud. All right, I'm back.
They're going to talk about that at dinner tonight. But he could have shot us through the pocket.
Well, that's true. He could have
They
been.
shot it from the top. I don't know what it is. And also, like they said, it was supposed to be like a kid with special needs who was running around the neighborhood.
You
or
don't,
whatever.
yeah, you don't know exactly.
We don't know exactly who it is. It might have been like some dude that got the wrong address, just started walking in, or Airbnb wrong address, or whatever.
Yeah, it could have been just the wrong address. 100%.
It's just bad plays, bad timing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how can I know? It's also like for me to make a split decision. We did that distance or to somebody that I'm not expecting. I'm not, like out of somebody that I don't know with a hand in the pocket.
How much of
Dude, it's so much like to digest in such little time.
Yeah.
How much of it being your house and really putting yourself in the mental of it being your house made that decision more, happen? Like, what made you make that decision? How much was based of it, or how much of it was based on it being your house?
All of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know. That was a big deal for everybody. We got to talk about the wildest scenario right after this. Own an AR? Then it's time to really learn what it can do. The NRA's America's Rifle Challenge, or ARC, is the ultimate way to train, test your skills, and compete safely with your AR-style rifle. Whether you're a new owner or a seasoned pro, ARC offers progressive training and fun. Action-filled matches from 10 yards to 400 and beyond. Rimfire, PCC, and suppressors are welcome. It's time to get out of the booth or off the sighting bench and pressure test yourself and your setup in competition. Find an event or start your own at arc.nra.org. That's arc.nra.org. And if you're a gun club, reach out to host an NRA ARC event at your range. The 2026 Winter Sectionals are fast approaching. NRA ARC. The new CDS-9 Classic from Kimber offers a more refined offering of concealed carry pistol. The CDS-9 Classic shares many elements with the traditional CDS-9, such as 10, 13, and 15 round magazine capacity. The Classic model features fully ambi controls and also available in an optics-ready configuration. The CDS-9 Classic is a refined and smooth EDC firearm that provides the accuracy you need and the performance you expect from Kimber. Safariland's latest upgrade to its award-winning inside-the-waistband holster, the Incog X Cordura-wrapped holster. This is engineered for low-profile, everyday carry that doesn't compromise on performance. It's available in multicam, black multicam, and M81 woodland camo. Designed for optics-ready pistols, the clip strut system adds concealability by pushing the grip of your firearm closer to the body, ideal for appendix carry under light clothing. It has adjustable retention and cant, so you can fine-tune your draw. It has an attached mag caddy that comes standard. It's not just tactical, it's tailored. New from Safariland, the Incog X Cordura wrapped holster. And we're back. All right, let's talk about the wildest scenario of this. Well, I have my opinions, Jeremy, but what do you guys think the wildest scenario, the toughest one was?
I plead the fifth.
Well, I don't think you can when it's based on your thing.
Go ahead. Go ahead and tell them.
Okay. Hear me out.
I can explain.
Hear me out. Hear me out. And I'm talking to y'all as my friends and not as my legal advice.
And also, look, this is practice. This is training. We want people to have mess ups and try stuff and whatever. This is the time to do it, right? Now go.
He's making it seem like I messed up.
You didn't mess up.
I don't think. Well, here's the thing. All right.
Go ahead.
I'm going to set it up, right? The scenario is you're a passenger. You just pulled into a liquor store. Your friend is driving. So that's all we know. So they call action. I'm in the passenger side. Doors open. Her door's open. We get out to go into the store and you hear 3 gunshots. It was 2 or 3 gunshots. And then the person comes out of the door with a gun in his hand, and he's telling me, hey, I'm the owner of this store. I'm the owner of this store. There's somebody inside with a gun. My instinct is to draw my gun. I told the person that was driving, hey, take cover. I'm going to check it out. At the end of the day, I don't know if the guy, the owner is actually the owner, if he's hit, but I'm going in to the liquor store to neutralize the threat.
He's a nice guy. He had having friends.
Listen, here's my thing. If you could just see that the owner that fell out, that had the gun in his hand, that said somebody's inside shooting, is away from the door. So if I turn my back to that door to render aid to him, my thought process is there's still a bad guy in there that could come out with cash and a gun in hand and shoot me in the back. So my instinct was to go neutralize the threat, or just at least see if the threat ran out of the back. Whatever the case may be, I was going to be nosy. Sue me. I was going to be nosy.
You didn't do it wrong.
I know, but no. So when I go in,
It was just wild.
it was, I guess nobody else ran in.
No one else ran into the liquor store, everybody.
Nobody. I'm thirsty and I like what I like.
Yeah.
No, we came for a reason. I'm finishing it. I heard they had bourbon. No, so I run in, I clear the liquor store, and in my peripheral, I see said owner holding a gun to my friend, telling her to get in the car, and he's now attempting to kidnap my friend. So mind you, this whole time, I don't know that this wasn't a ploy. I think that he tricked me and was like, and he's actually the bad guy. So I run outside, and as he's trying to get into the car, I shoot him. He returns fire. He hits me one time. I neutralize the threat.
He hit the bystander.
We'll get to that
the
part.
bad guy, yeah.
Mind you, we're talking about, this is the coolest thing, and I really want y'all to take it home. He did hit an innocent bystander because he was shooting his gun as he was falling down. He hit the owner of CCW Safe, who is
In the forehead.
who is an amazing human being, and he took it like a champ, hit him right in the forehead, and then continued to stay out there, play and roll, and be there for everybody else. So again, an amazing person. But so whole time this whole situation goes down, I really thought that he tricked me. I go inside, I come out, I neutralize the threat. I get Hannah to call the cops. She's safe. I hand her my phone. Boom, we call end. And KJ gets up and he goes, that was not what was supposed to happen.
No.
I was actually a good guy. And I said, well, then why the hell did you try and kidnap my friend?
What did he say?
Huh? He was like, well, nobody expected you to go in and you ran up on me so fast. He said, you got by me so fast and believed what I said so fast that you were just like, yeah, stay right there. And I ran in.
It was the one scenario in 5 times 8, 40 scenarios. We say we're not doing a gotcha thing. We're not doing like, it was the one where KJ, I think, went, you know what?
I'm a wing.
I think we're just going to go off script right now.
I think he did it because I shot him so fast in the last scenario the day before. So I have my own opinions on that. But no, it was awesome because I missed the opportunity to really take in that scenario because everybody else, I guess, was not so quick to enter or believe. And they all move different. And that's what I loved about this whole thing is you got to see 4 guys and 4 girls all approach these situations completely different. And you got to watch them in real time. But I guess I was the only one that was like, oh yeah, you're the owner? Gullible as hell and ran in.
So everybody else is pointing the gun at the owner most of the time. But I mean,
I did for a little bit. I went in and I pointed because I would double check. As soon as I went in, I'm thinking, is he? Nope, he's not. So I clear and come out and
it was fun, dude.
It was fun.
It was crazy. We haven't had a great time watching it. EOTech brought out the smallest 3-9 rifle scope I've ever seen. The super short Voodoo 3-9 by 32 rifle scope. Aircraft grade aluminum, lightweight, durable, measuring just 6.8 inches, fog, water, and shock resistant, capped quarter MOA turrets, second focal plane design, has illuminated reticle with 10 brightness settings, and it also has an integrated base compatible with many ACOG mounts. So really easy to mount up and start shooting. Go check it out, the super short Voodoo 3-9 rifle scope. You know, we can all improve on our shooting. And we have Range Ready Studios where we teach people how to shoot even gooder. Some people say better. I say gooder. RangeReadyStudios.com. We have pistol classes. We have rifle classes. We can help you become the best shooter possible. You'll be safer, more competent, and just better at the range. So go check it out. RangeReadyStudios.com. Overall, I had a really great moment today in the shoot house, which was an interesting scenario, and you're going to have to describe what happened. You're in your friend's house. We kind of teased this earlier. This is one of the scenarios. You're in your friend's house waiting for your friend. Your friend is upstairs taking a shower, and someone walks through the front door.
Yeah, so I was just sitting on the couch, right? Just minding my own business, and then some guy just storms in the front door, just calling my friend's name, all like amped up. And, you know, usually when somebody comes into another person's house, like they introduce themselves, right? You can actually see, like, oh, hey, what's up? How are you? Where's Ryan? No, he was just like, Ryan, where are you? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yo, who are you? What are you doing here? What do you need? Like, he's just taking a shower. So I stood up because this guy just literally stormed into the house. I followed him. And I started talking to him, like, hey, man, what do you need? Like, is anything I can help you? Blah, blah. I don't even know exactly what I said, but I started to establish a conversation with him. And he was just pacing back and forth. He was really amped up. Like, he's like, yo, this dude just slept with my girlfriend. Blah, blah. He's like, I'm going to kill him. And I'm like, look, bro, you got to chill out. I know it sucks, but you have to understand, like, this is not worth it. You know, like just go outside.
It was very good, and all of them kind of like, hey, man, it's cool.
Yeah, the most laid back person ever.
I don't really want to use my gun, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Fair.
So I kept from, trying to de-escalate the situation. He kind of put his hand on the gun, and I'm like, dude, there's no need for that. You know, like, I still didn't draw. I just kept my hands up like this. I'm like, yo, you got to chill. Let's go outside. Let's talk about it. And he's like, no, man. And then he drew his gun and he had it in his hand. I'm like, all right, look, I get it. I'm going to go. All right.
Like, hands up, and he's like, I'm going to walk out.
I understand. Like, there's no need for this. And then he's like, get the fuck out of here. So I started walking out. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm out. I'm just going to go. And then he started following me. He kind of stayed there for a little bit. I went around the wall, worked towards the sofa where we were at, like the room. And then once I cleared, I drew my gun, turned around. I took a knee to kind of change the elevation.
Great.
So I took a knee and I waited till he cleared that corner, and he still had the gun in his hand, and I just shot him twice.
Yeah.
And he fell down. So I approached him. He still had the gun in his hand, but he was injured. So I told him to drop it. Obviously, I was pointing at him, and that's what happened. Then, Santi Wick, bro.
So, guys, Jeremy, you're a shooter. You're also a guy who loves custom guns. Santi, you're a shooter. You're a competitive shooter and instructor and all that. Despite all that, it's almost like that kind of doesn't matter in these scenarios. Am I right or wrong?
I feel like the only advantage we had was we know how to draw. And, we practiced that. But other than that, it didn't change the scenario. You still have to have mental capacity, be willing to talk to people, and be understanding of the surroundings. You can have whatever gun, whatever training you want. There's still an aspect that's missing. Will it make you a better shot if you have to take the hard shots? If you have to get on a knee and shoot a guy from 15 yards through the room? You know what I mean? Absolutely.
Sure.
But in most of these, you're within 7 yards.
Yeah.
So technically, we had no advantage. I don't think we did. Situational awareness, maybe.
Because it's a different thing. We always say this is like a thinking game of, trying to de-escalate it, trying to talk your way out of it. Try to also looking for your chance. You said, fine, man, I'll leave the house. And as soon as you walked out of one room into another room and the wall is concealing, that's when you drew.
Yeah.
You didn't just stand there out in the open and draw.
Especially because he had his gun in his hand, which would have made you.
And I could have drew my gun like right in front of it and had like a wall, like with a door that I can hide, but I just didn't feel like that was the right place. You know, some people will say, "Oh, you can conceal yourself, or this you can, you know, whatever." I'm like, I don't think that was. I didn't want to escalate things so quickly.
It's personal. You got to make that call for yourself.
Yeah, 100%. So, not just that, but like you were also saying, like how, you know, practicing at the range and competition stuff, like that does make you better with the tool that you're using. But, you know, it's like training in sports, right? You go to practice, you juggle the ball, if you're a quarterback, you throw the ball 1,000 times. So when it comes to game time, that just becomes second nature, right? But the actual the actual decision making, you really don't train.
Well, going to the batting cage is different than going and hitting against a real pitcher in a game.
Yep.
Going to the driving range.
I was just about to say that.
Hitting balls at the driving range.
I'm a G at the driving range. I can't, put me on the golf course and 2 White Claws in and I'm horrible.
Yeah.
This team.
Those damn White Claws.
It's so refreshing.
I would say the biggest thing that I took from the whole situation is getting to debrief after every one really messed with your psyche, because you hear not just if your decision was good or bad, not bad, but you're talking through what your other options would have been. You're hearing so many options, and then you walk into another situation and your mind is scrambled, and you can't say that made it any worse, because real life is like that. You're going to leave work. You're upset because of work, or you're tired because you didn't work. You're arguing with one of your friends and you can't, your car's got a flat, whatever. Your brain is going to be jumbled going into all these real life situations.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know what I mean? Because we talked about that, like,
and your kids and your work and your whatever. Yeah,
correct.
Absolutely.
And I just think that we used that as a crutch, and we were like, maybe, we should wait to debrief till after, or, we're thinking let's just get through them. But honestly, I think that really set the tone for reality.
Yeah.
And I love the way we did it.
Santi, you got any takeaways or any thoughts?
Yeah. Definitely the aftermath. There's a lot of things that goes on afterwards. I was always taught, don't talk to the police, wait for your lawyer. Right? From the hood. But just wait for the lawyer. But in cases like, sometimes the lawyer won't get there. If you have insurance, like they won't get there, 24 hours maybe. So you're going to have to spend the night in jail in order for that to happen. Or you can just tell them the top of the iceberg, right? Just tell them enough to get you out, but then go full specific when your lawyer gets there.
Yeah, and they're going to press you for specifics, but you don't have to do that.
Correct.
Right.
But saying, I ain't saying nothing, it's adversarial. It may not be helpful.
Yep.
Right.
You could say a little bit, that's the bad guy. I want to press charges. His weapon is there. I'd like to talk to a lawyer. Right?
Yeah. This is why we're here. That's, and then again, I'm not speaking to y'all. It's, hey, this is what I remember. This is what happened. Is the bare minimum. He's there. He's down.
Say a little bit, because they're going to say, really, what else happened?
And they're going to try. They're going to fish it.
And it may not be that they're trying to.
It's not facetious at all.
But they're just like, they're like, because that's what you do when you're interviewing. Really, what else happened?
But I also think you also have to be careful with what you say, because if you say some specifics wrong, that can actually be held against you later on.
You know what happened, right? We had some of that.
Right. So basically the wording of how you say things can save you, instead of oh yeah, he was wearing this, and that. Oh, but he wasn't. No. Right. It could be well, I think he was wearing this. I'm not sure. I can't remember correctly, but that could also get you out of oh,
yeah, that was like Chris said.
Right.
It's like, why are you going to make up stuff? I think it was this. I was thinking it was that.
Yeah, it's just, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then when you do recall, it doesn't look like you're trying to change your story. It's crazy. The KJ incident, or the liquor store incident with me, that was one of the only times that Chris came up and asked us for details, right, of what happened.
Yeah.
Right then. And it had just happened. And luckily, I was able to give her all the answers that I knew were correct in the moment. But at the minute I walked away, I second guessed myself.
Yeah.
I was right. I went back and I even asked for video so I can make sure. I went and looked and see what KJ was wearing, to make sure I gave her the right info. But that's how quick you can answer something and then really doubt it the minute you walk away. Like, oh,
It's not even that. It's like you might feel like, for instance, in that scenario with the friend's house, I felt completely under control. I felt good, right? Like I didn't feel like I was amped up, like I was a little bit, but I felt like I was under control. And she was asking me the same questions, and she asked me what he was wearing, and I said everything green, but he wasn't wearing everything green. And then I saw the thing. It was like he had a gray sweater.
yeah.
And I'm like,
And some other shoes.
all right, and some ugly shoes. And some ugly shoes. So
What's he wearing? I don't know. Some ugly shoes. I know that.
I'm on the phone with the police. What's he got on? I don't know. Some ugly shoes.
And if you said that, I'd probably say he's probably right. He probably noticed the shoes.
I do. It's the first thing I notice when I walk into a room.
You guys have to come back and do some first-person defender.
Yes.
I'm super down.
All right, good. Next season,
Yes.
it'll be lots of fun.
Yes.
Thanks for being on with us, guys.
No, this is a blast. Thank you.
All right. Awesome. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time on Gun Talk Nation.